if you get out of the project, you made it actually. The dance is just maybe 15 or 20% of the part of what you're doing. But the main part is the culture, the music, the clubs, the history.
Welcome to Dance Specific Talks. This podcast is made for us dancers, and our goal here is to inspire dancers from all over the world to become better, both on and off the dance floor. We want to provide you with a platform where we dancers can share and learn from each other. So let me introduce to you your host for this podcast, Teaser, and remember as always, by dancers, for dancers.
What's up, party people, and welcome back to another episode of your favorite dance podcast, Dance Specific Talks. Don't forget that we also have a YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other platforms. Why don't you go in, hit that subscribe button, comment, and rate us? It would help this podcast enormously to reach out to more dancers worldwide, as we are aiming to be the #1 dance podcast in the world. Now, today we are traveling all the way to France as we are meeting no one else than the locking legend, Willow Evann. So what do you need to know about Willow? Not only has he been in the game for a very, very long time, he has also been in 3 different crews that he's representing until today. He has been battling and judging worldwide and also done a lot of choreography and movement directing work. Today, he is also moving into the contemporary art space as he is creating his own art pieces, installations, and exhibitions. We are so honored to have him on, and we can't wait for you to learn more about Willow from France. And now, let's get it going. Welcome to this interview, Willow Evann. Ba, 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 ba. Wow. I have been looking through your Instagram, through your YouTube, and you are doing a lot, Willow. This is a lot. We're going to try to cover as much as possible in this interview. But first, I want to know, where in the world are you right now?
Oh, now I'm in Paris, in France, at home actually. So I'm just taking care of my baby. I'm just home right now. I'm not moving that much this time because we're gonna see later. But I have some exhibition running, so I'm in Paris right now.
And if I say Bondy, what does that mean for you?
Bondy is my hometown. Yeah, it's my hometown. It's the place where I grew up. I spent the most part of my life. It's the place where I discovered the dance. I had most of my inspiration. I'm no longer living in Bondy now, but I'm living close to Bondy, and I never been able to go that far from Bondy. I'm always around. So yeah, this is the place. This is the home base. This is the ground. This is the root. This is everything, actually.
And how would you describe Bondy, or maybe the people that lives in this area, for people that have never been there?
Okay. Bondy is a city not so far from Paris. It's kind of by train 15, 20 minutes. And it's different than the US. In France, in the suburbs, this is where you have all the middle class and the low class people living. So Bondy is very, it's not poor, not all the city, but most of the city has some project. So So how I would describe it is a lot of energy, a lot of it's a big melting pot. You have people coming from Africa, from so West Africa or Maghreb. You have people before coming from Italy, from Portugal, and from Poland. So you have a big melting pot, and and you have a lot of energy, a lot of ideas, and a lot of talent rising like this in this energy. There is a lot of struggling too, because it's a poor area, because it's in the district, the poorest district of the highland of Paris, actually. So yeah, if I have to describe, you have to imagine a place like Brooklyn, or something like this, but back in the days.
Yeah. And when you grew up in Bondi, what did it mean for you back then when you said the word successful? What did you, when you grew up, when you thought about what it meant to become successful, what could some of those ideas have been back then? And how would you describe what it means to be successful for you right now?
Okay. Back then, to be successful, it was to get out of the project. If you get out of the project, you made it, actually. And for our parents, when I was kid, I didn't have the idea to be successful. But for my parents, it was all about studies, all about school, all about diplomas. If you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, if you if you have good money, you are successful. Back then, it was what I was thinking about the success. So, and this idea put inside a lot of mind, and the people from this area, they realized that they don't have the same opportunities than others. So they start to do some alternative businesses, and to have this idea of success and money. And me, I never been attracted to that kind of things, and I discovered the dance very quickly in my life when I was around 10 years old. And for me, slowly after that, I mean, I think when I start to think more about the idea of success and stuff, for me, to be successful, it's to be happy in life, actually, and to do whatever I want to do, to live with my passion, and to be able to live not so with not a lot of money, but to be able to provide for the family, and to travel, and to not think about the money, but to be able to do what I want to do, actually.
Yeah, that's
for me,
beautiful.
the real success is to have time, also to have time to do things.
Yeah, because as you mentioned, you have two babies. One is around 4 or something, and the other one is a very small one.
Yeah, almost 5 months.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Talking about success, about this idea that we have about, when the kids come, we have to have a certain type of money, whereas a lot of parents don't even have time to see their kids growing up and to spend time with them. Whereas I would agree with you that is the success, right? To be able to have a life where we can enjoy the moment and be in the moment.
Exactly. To be able to see the kid growing, and to be there, actually, like physically there, not just provide, but physically spend time to be able to take care of them, to know them very well. It's very, for me, this is the success, because I can see around me the people, they chasing money, and they have to work like from 8 to 5 to get this money, but then the kids growing up and they don't see the kid growing, they don't know them as much, and for me it's the real success actually, to be able to do both, to have time for the kids, for the art, for the dance, and to be able to kind of mix everything, and everything is at the right place at the right moment. It's good.
Yeah, because you're not only representing the new generation of fatherhood and fathers in our generation. It looks different from when we grew up, and you have worked hard in order to create a lifestyle with dancing, with working, that you're also a father that also can show your kids that, if you dream about it and you work up for it, you can actually make anything happen.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into it because we have a lot to talk about. And when I YouTubed you, one of the most heartfelt videos was from locking instructions from Yak Films 2012. It's 10 years ago, Willow. It's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It is, first of all, as a dancer, I think to be in a Yak film video was like, it still is such an honor.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe 2012 Willow to 2022 Willow? What is the biggest difference?
Well, I think the biggest difference is the 2012 Willow had tighter pants, was lighter, was jumping higher. I guess no. Yes, just kidding. Yeah, but I think at this time of my life, I was very focused about the competition and the battles. For me, it was battle was dance. It was the time where my name grew bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was really focused on it. And I guess not that far after 2012, I stepped back. I say, this is really what I want to be in the dance, just a battle dancer, like chasing competition and having a name for the victories. And I asked to myself, it was really what I wanted to do. And the answer was no. I wanted to have a name as a coach, an educator, as a big brother, somebody you can go and have real information, real feedbacks. And actually, I wanted to go deeper in the funk, in the music, in the history and the culture. That's what I wanted to be. That's what I wanted to do. So the big difference between the 2012 Willow and the 2022, 10 years ago, Willow is the knowledge. Yeah, it's the knowledge, because I realized that the dance is not only the dance, it's not only the dancing movement. It's the dance is just maybe 15 or 20% of the part of what you're doing, but the main part is everything around. So the culture, the music, the clubs, the history. So I travel a lot to meet people. I study a lot all the events happening during the 17th and the civil rights movements and stuff like that, to get to know the history, the context, and the meaning. So yeah, that's the big difference, I think. And now I feel very better in my body, in my mind, and in my dance, because I really feel what I am doing. I really understand deeply understand what I'm doing, because I get the right knowledge, and I get to, and I'm always searching those information, those feeling, this history, to feel, the little void and the little, things that I don't know. So yeah, this is the big difference for me.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, to be honest, there are so many battle videos of you out there, both as a battler, but also for judging and judge demos. Some videos of us, it gets more views, or people assume that like the biggest battle is your favorite battle. But to summarize your battle history, what would be one of your personal favorites when it comes to battles? As in, it doesn't have to be the biggest or the most views, but personally, what is one of your favorite battle experiences you have had as a participant? And what is one of the most favorite moments as a judge?
It's a tricky question because we live so many things, there is we do so many things that sometimes we forget a little bit the feeling, but I have to say my best moment in battle as a contestant was the first time I went to LA to the B-Boy Summit, because I was very young. I was 21 years old, and I was just around 3 years into the locking, and I was not able to talk one word of English.
This was like back in 2006 or something?
2006, yeah. 2006. And I went to this competition. I meet a lot of people. I meet the OGs, Greg Campbell Jr. and Tony Basil. Tony Basil is still my mentor. We're still friends right now. We're still friends now. And I did the competition and I went through the prelims. So for me, it was something crazy. And then I went through the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. So
Wow.
I've been until the finals in this competition. For me, it was like a dream, because B-Boy Summit was the biggest event in the world at this time. It was before
Just the Boo.
Just the Boo going bigger. It was before Summer Dance Forever. And for me, it was like a dream, like a small kid, just 3 years of locking. And I had all the feedback of the first generation, the lockers, who was telling me, yeah, you are in the right direction. This is very good. You have to keep on and stuff like that. So for me, as a contestant, it was the best moment. Still, because it's really a big point of my career. Because after that, my name changed when I get back to Paris. People get to know me, and they were expecting something from me, because I was the finalist of the B-Boy Summit. It was a lot of pressure too, but it pushed me to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And as a judge,
because judging is also tricky. It is about what music the DJ is playing. It is about, what kind of vibe is at the battle. Is it a big one? Is it a small one and more intimate?
Yeah.
So I can imagine that this one is also hard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this one is also hard. But as a judge, I have to say I really liked one of the last experience at the Summer Dance Forever, because Summer Dance Forever is the place to be. It's incredible, the vibe the energy coming from this place. I don't know if because it's the whole church or I don't know, but the vibe is super real. And I was with Rocher and Sugar Ray, people I really appreciate since a long time. I know we inspire each other at many times, at many moments, in our life. So it was really an honor and pleasure to be there and to see the new generation of dancer being free to being not shy to be themselves, to push the boundaries. It was really something overwhelming for me, all the, it was like, okay, we did our job, and now it's the next generation. They have to do it. It's their turn,
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I do also think that last year, I think it was last year you were here, right?
Yeah.
The feeling of getting out of COVID,
yeah,
and attending an event, even though we had to sit down, even though we cannot dance or jam together, still the energy in the room was like so much more appreciative of the fact that we could see each other and share energy and see it and feel it,
exactly.
Very special.
Yeah.
Well, to summarize that, I think it's very interesting also that you mentioned as a battle experience that it was one of your first international battles that has really stuck with you. And I think that we sometimes forget those beautiful stories of like, wow, it was such a unreachable dream at one point, and then we got a taste of it, and that moment is just precious for the rest of our lives. So thank you so much for sharing that moment in particular. And to jump, because we will never have time to cover your whole dance history, but you have definitely moved from battle to judge to also teaching, of course. You teach at Insolite,
Yeah. Absolute.
Insolite and Motion Lab, if that's correct.
Yeah.
What has been some of your biggest passion when it comes to teaching? What are some of your most important points that you want to give on to the next generation?
Yeah. Okay. Most of the time when I go to teach in a place, I start to ask them, what is he looking for you? And most of the time, what they do is movement, point, lock, wrist roll, and they're stuck in the movement. And what I teach and what I love to teach is everything before the locking, all the party dances, okay, the mood, the music, the connection between the funk, the soul, the disco, even the house. This is what I teach, actually. I teach the fun also. In my class, they have to have fun. They have to be able also to dance in couples. It can be men with men, women with women, or men and women, but they have to dance in couples because that is the culture, So what I really love to teach is the culture. And then when I feel that they understand a little bit, because it's years and years, then we get to locking, and we're gonna exercise some skills or drills or stuff like this. But it's really at the end of the end. So when I feel that they are not ready in 2 years, during 2 years, we're not doing it, because I know that they're gonna have the information with other people, because most of the teacher, they teach only the locking technique and basics,
Yeah.
And me, what I want to build in them is the dance. Okay, I want them that they becoming dancer of locking, not locking dancers.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And I also felt sometimes that like locking became more of an image than a style. At some point there was only striped striped t-shirts and the crossed pants holders and the hats and the shoes, and it was more about like almost the things you needed to dress up as in the locking. Whereas I feel like now what I see with you, with Rocher, is like, I don't know, there's something like bringing the sexy funk back, about like, this is a sexy dance. It's not a nerdy only locking dance, because before they were the nerds The nerds were
Yeah, this is what it's all about, like the sexiness and the coolness, like this classy stuff, like you see the guy, you say, okay, I want to be in, and this is what it's all about, because everybody did these mistakes back in the days with the striped socks and stuff like this, and we didn't understand that they were doing it back in the day because it was cool. At this moment of time in the 70s, there was guys dressed in the street like this, and they were respected for this style, for this fashion. It was fashion. They were the coolest. And after, without this knowledge, we took it as a costume, and we looked very strange. And the people, they didn't want to be in the part of the nerdy, like the chess club of hip hop. They didn't want to be in. And now with the knowledge and the new generation, they understand more. And because we did the job also, they now they're free of it, because they understand that funk, it's to be cool, it's to be sexy, it's the people, it's to be attractive. You have to be attractive, you have to be the best version of yourself. And the clothes, for me, it's the big part of it. When you understand yourself and you wear the right clothes for who fit with yourself, and you dance, you're becoming better. So yeah, it's quite different now, and with the real information, we have more people getting attracted to the dance, because they see the true essence of the funk and the meaning of of everything. That's why I teach also that. I always talking there in class. I always give some stories and some history. I'm always teaching this kind of stuff too, because for me that's the most important, because then you can build your personality in the dance.
Exactly. And I mean, you could have also stayed like that, right? Like you could have stayed battler, judge, teacher, but you have also moved on into other avenues. I want to really get into not only that you are now a movement director, choreographer, but you are also doing art. And the 31 project is like one of the things that you're doing right now. Can you talk a little bit about your journey to go from teacher, dancer to choreographer, movement director, and into the art scene? How has that journey looked like for you?
So the journey it's a journey of understanding myself, what I want to do, what I want to represent, what I want to be. But first of all, I consider myself as an artist, and I always been a little bit nerdy sometimes, or because I really like to dig into the things and to understand things. Like for example, early in my age, I was able to do IKEA stuff without the the notice. It was okay for me. I was fixing stuff, I was restoring stuff. I always been like this. And when I discovered the dance, I discovered something fitting with where I can express my emotion with motion. And so it stayed like that. And when my dance career started, I was focused on other things, and I discovered the photography. And for me, it was an extension of my dance, because now I was able to catch the movement differently, but it was always about movement. And after this, so I've been a photographer, and I'm still a photographer. Before it was more for dance events, concerts, stuff like this with the movement, and then slowly I went to the picture. From the meaning, I was looking for the meaning, why I do photograph, why I do dance, what I want to express. So knowing myself, I understand that I have some question, mostly based on the place of the Black community and the Black people in the Western countries, because this is a part of my history, because my parents coming from West Africa, Ivory Coast, and I'm born and raised in France. So I decided to go deeper in understanding the why we're here, and so this meaning reflects in all aspects of my life. So my dance, so the meaning is really connected with the civil rights movement and the Black culture in the US. So the funk and the locking, and everything happening for a reason. And then in the photography, I was more in the project in the same kind of way. And then when COVID starts, I did an art school called Courtrage with the artist JR, and we did a lot of experimentation during this year. And I discovered that I was really feeling the plastic arts, and I was meant to be a plastician actually, because I was always fixing stuff since my early age and stuff like this. So it comes very naturally. I went to this school as a photographer, and I went out to this school as a plastician artist. And a few months later, I had my first exhibition.
Yeah, and you're working with wood, if I'm not mistaken, right? And just as the little description that I saw, it was like about the heritage of the Black people that was in the French colonies, and how was this like your first art piece that you have put on selling, or like, is that how you say it, put it on the market? Is this your first one? And did you do a combination of dancing in your exhibition with your wooden art pieces?
The wooden art piece, yes, this is the first one I did. And actually it was meant to be with to match with the performance, but then I realized that the piece is so strong that the performance that I can do will never fit to the strength of this piece. So I decided to not do the performance, and it was just the art piece. And it's this one with the wooden squares. It's about the place of the representation of Black males in Western countries in France. So every square represents somebody, and then you have a digital application where we can go into the piece and click in every square and see who is representing. So it's really heavy. It's like 200 kilograms, and it was a lot of work, and it was a deep process to do it, and it works very well. It opened me the door to the contemporary art. It was a word that I didn't know, and I did some other pieces after that, and it's really, for me, there is no difference with those art pieces and my pictures and my dance. You know, everything is at the same level for me now. And when I have something I want to say, I think about what I want to say, and then the medium is coming by itself. I don't think about the medium. I think about the meaning and the medium coming by itself. If it's more dance, it's gonna be dance. If it's more photography, it's gonna be photography. Sometimes it's photography on on wood, or dance and wood and photography. It can be, and sometimes it can be something else, because I'm working on other pieces. It's gonna be tapestry. So it's completely different, but it's gonna be animated tapestry. So
wow.
So it depends of the meaning, what I want to do, what I want to say, and then my mind find a way to get out this thing, actually.
Yeah, I think that this is what a freedom to unlock the doors, right?
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes we're put in a box as dancers as well, like, oh, you do movement and movement only, don't speak, don't write, don't just do movement. And I think that what you're saying now is the beautiful aspect of unlocking the potential and being like, I'm not going to limit myself, and I'm refusing to put this label that I'm just one thing. I'm an artist, I have something to say, and it's expressing itself in different ways. So that's super interesting. I can't wait for us to be able to follow your journey and see all these upcoming projects. And one of your projects that you have been working on was also choreographing for TV, L'Adresse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that, because I don't know anything about this. So
yeah, it's been a couple of years. I'm movement director for TV or video clips now, and I really like to be able to create for in other like with other meanings. Just like, it's they bring the idea and say, can you do this and that, and I give my advice. You should do like this, you should do like that, and yeah, and I never meant to work in this area. Actually, it's come to me like this, because I was dancer for a video clip, like the first role, and I met a lot of people during this first shooting, and we becoming friends, and then they call me for something else, and then they call me and they say, you can do choreo too, you can choreograph. I say, yeah, I can do the choreography. So I did the choreography for other thing, and then they say, I met some other people, they say, can you directing the movement? I say, of course I can do it. And then and then it's becoming like this. And now I'm working with quite big companies, like making advertisements, making a lot of things. It depends, can be 2, 3 times, 4 times a year. It depends. It's not like regularly, but still, because it's kind of big money, so it's really it's quite good, and I'm kind of free of what I want to do, and because they know me and they know the way I'm working, and they know I'm always bringing a good mood in the set, and I will always bring good dancer also. I always trying to bring with me real dancer, real hip hop dancers most of the time when the clients wants. But I really try to grab people with me and bring them to me, so then they can also get their connection and do things without me after in the same area of work, and it's quite interesting. it's a little bit stressful because it's a big budget. So they are expecting a lot to you because you cannot fail actually. But I like the challenge. I like the challenge, and I like to be able to create. So for me, it's always challenging. It's a challenge, and from this work, I'm meeting a lot of different people. So it's always linked to something else. It's always moving. It's always in movement. And for me, the life, I cannot be stuck in one place. It's always movement. We're always evolving, and to evolve, we have to connect and to share with others, and to be open-minded. Also, always keeping his soul. I always keeping my soul. Always, I'm not moving about my conviction and about what I want to be in life, but I stay open-minded, and I can connect to other worlds. It can be contemporary world, it can be commercial world, it can be underground dance world. It's really important for me to be able to jump and to connect.
Yeah, but I think it's also beautiful what you're saying. Like, I know what I'm bringing to a set. I'm bringing good vibes. I bring quality, and yes, it can be stressful, but I show up. And I think that is such a key points to professionality, not only coming on time, but also being a pleasure to work with, and to be reliable, and to be, knowing that when Willow show up, that he will bring what he says he's gonna do. And
yeah.
And in your experience as a director or choreographer, there is things you can control in life, and there's things that is not up to you to control. What would you say have been some learning moments for you of like, this is on me, this is what I can control, and this is what I focus on, and these things is out of my control, and if I focus on them, it's just giving me negativity or bad vibes or whatever. Can you give an example in your work of things you can control, things you cannot control?
Yeah, in my work of choreographer, of director.
Yeah. Let's say that.
Yeah, for example,
since you're everything.
Yeah, for example, when I'm movement director. The things I cannot control is the cast, because sometimes I'm asking some people because I really feel that they're gonna fit to the casting, and then the client, you say, oh no, it's not gonna fit. It's not tall, that tall, or the color of skin is not what we want, and stuff like this. So I cannot control this. But so I'm gonna have people I haven't chose, but I have to find the best in them to make them grow for the final for the final project. And this is that's why I'm telling always stay open-minded, because if I'm staying I get stuck to my first idea, I will not be able to see the good things in the people, even if I didn't choose them, even if I think they may be less talented than the people I propose, but they still have something to say, they still have something to do, and I really try to extract the best in them in the spot. So we're gonna have a very good quality at the end, because if I am getting stuck of my idea, for example, I'm thinking of a b-boy, and I asking to a contemporary dancer the same thing as I gonna ask to a b-boy, it's never gonna fit, and it's gonna be whack, But if I keep their identity, I say, show me what you got, the best you can do, and I use it, we're gonna have something spectacular at the end.
It's like working with wood, right? You have
Exactly.
these unique pieces of wood, and you're still gonna have to sculpture it,
Yeah,
but you have to kind of see where does the lines go and everything. Yeah.
exactly. And I think I'm using the same method in dance or in art. When I'm doing art, I'm always trying to find collaboration also with people. So to share my story and ask them some feedbacks. What you think that we can do together. Do you feel the idea and stuff like that? And we always try to find a perfect match, so we're gonna have something really of quality, actually.
I think that this is when it comes to what you can control and not control. I think what you are also saying is like we're never going to have everything planned. As dancers, we know when we get
Yeah,
to a venue, the floor is different, or the light is different, or
yeah,
things are missing, or there's no place to change or whatever. I think that's, especially as hip hop dancers, we have been on the lowest expectation levels
exactly.
on events, or oh, we're meeting in a garage, great.
Yeah, that's nice.
Concrete
Yeah,
floor, that's great for my knees, okay, let's go. But I also think that that open-mindedness have made us connect with people from all over the world without expectations of how they're supposed to be, or all of these things. And I know that you've been traveling a lot. I know, for example, you've been to Hong Kong, you've been there's a lot of places. Do you have any place in the world where you actually also felt home except Paris?
yeah, there is some places I really like in the world. The first one, I think, in my dance journey was I really liked to be in Sweden, in Stockholm.
I'm from Sweden, so I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Okay. I really like Stockholm because actually, for me, it's more because of the people. It's not about the weather and stuff like this. We know that the weather can be
A little dark, a little cold,
a little bit difficult over there. But anyway, I have a good friend living there, and it was kind of mentor also for me in the dance. So I spent a lot of time in Sweden during the years 2007, 8, 9, 10.
so Street Star was your home base?
Yeah, Street Star, of course. And so this is the place I really understand that, okay, Europe can be like that. People can be kind, can be. I know, I'm not been deep in the country, so I don't know really. But what I see, it was a place that I could stay, for a while. And then there is a place, that I really, really, really liked. It's Taiwan. Taiwan. It was about everything actually there, because the weather, the food, the people, the dance community, and I was also with the people I love. I was with my wife, with my friends. So it was very nice moment, and we danced a lot. We did a lot of things. It was nice. It was nice. Taiwan. So Taiwan, I like. Korea, mostly the Asian countries I like, and the Scandinavian countries also.
Yeah, and where's
and also of course my home, Ivory Coast. I could stay there forever. Every time I'm here, it's like I'm born there. But it was a little bit difficult when I was younger because I was in between, you know. I didn't know if I was really African or European,
Yeah.
and you want to fit somewhere, but you feel that there is something different with your cousin and stuff like this. And the more I grew up, the more I understand myself and understand who I am. It's becoming very, very easy to find my place in the country, because I didn't want to fit in, because I know I will never, because I'm not born here, but I also know that I'm from here, you know. So I'm African from the diaspora, and I represent it as a consequence of the history, and has a quality now, you know. So yeah, now it's very clear in my mind. So it's really easy, and I really feel like a fish in the water.
No, I think that's beautiful. In Sweden, I'm gonna see if I can translate that. We talk sometimes in politics, but also about people with different backgrounds. You have like the membership of being in the society, and then you have the membership of being outside the society, and then you have the in-between membership. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people in between have more in common than the people that are like their parents, they're born in the same place, they know a specific culture and know the experience of moving to a Western country. Whereas the group that are in between, you know, it can be that you have parents from Thailand or from Tanzania or wherever, but you have more in common because you have the experience of growing up with parents that have other knowledge. And we talk about this in the order of how could we, you know, value this competence, because this wisdom and knowledge that people have that are in between cultures and intercultural, that competence and that wisdom should be valued higher, because you can actually, as you say, move around in different parts of the society and understand different groups of people that you could never learn in school, that the university could never teach you, and how you move in different groups with different experiences is so valuable. And it's about a discussion that we actually sometimes have in Sweden, like how do we put a value on this when you apply for work, or, you know, all of this, you know, how could we actually talk about this wisdom that you have by just having your life experience?
Exactly. And I think the first thing is for the people in this situation to understand, to value themselves, you know, how we value ourselves. If you put value in this experience, the people gonna put value in it, you know. And I mean, it's just a reappropriation of our own history, and this is exactly the meaning of my work as a dancer. I have a choreographer, as a plastician artist, as a photographer. So you know, everything coming around and find a place in the universe.
Exactly. And when you're looking now forward, because you have already done a lot, so when you're looking now forward in your life, like Willow 5.0, next chapter, what are some dreams or visions that you have not yet done or tested or experienced that you would love to do?
Yeah, there is a lot. Actually, because I'm always moving, always growing, my dreams are changing with the time, you know. When I think it's okay, I'm done, I did everything I wanted, then something popping up, and I'm back from the beginning at the end. Actually, my goals are mostly in the contemporary world. There is some exhibition I want to do. Like I really want to be exhibited in Africa, in the Western countries mostly. This is one of my goals. There is some festivals, some art fairs I want to do, but it's mostly things around Africa and diaspora also. You know, so I'm working on it. I think it's gonna be okay pretty soon.
Ooh, exciting!
Actually, I have some information, but I cannot share right now. So this is one of my big goals, and I have also another project which is gonna be also big in the contemporary world, and it's gonna take a lot of time. It's a project we're gonna put everything I do in one project. It's a project about a dance from my country, from my tribe, called the Zauli. And I will work on this project in different ways. So I will go back to Ivory Coast to learn the dance. And this dance actually has been made in the 60s, but it's very, 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 very older, because it was a tribe dance it was a spiritual dance. So I want to come back to the spirituality of the dance, and to find its spirituality, to find back its spirituality. So it's gonna be a lot of medium, because it's gonna be dance, but also photography, and then also tapestry, as I told you before, also wooden stuff. So it's gonna be very huge. Starting to work on it. It's my next goal, to finish it, because I know that it can take a lot of time. And in the dance, my goal in the dance is to be better. Or now I just want to practice and know, to understand more the energy, the feeling, and the history, go deeper in the information, and to keep on teaching the next generation. And this is my goal, actually. Sometimes doing 1 or 2 battles a year, maybe summer dance. Another one.
Yay.
Maybe it can be a goal to win the summer dance forever one day.
Nice.
I don't know. From now, it's not really my goal, but maybe in a couple of years, I would. Okay, I want to win this battle. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. Well, we are super excited to follow your journey coming forward with whatever you do. And I will link everything in the description below, so people can follow you, see your art, the 31 Project art, and also, of course, your Instagram, so we can follow your journey. And in the end of my interviews, I always have something called fill in the blanks, where I start a sentence and you end it with one word. Okay. So if I could describe locking with one word, it would be
happiness.
When I teach my classes, one thing I want my students to know is
the history.
And when I feel the most best as an artist is when I
create.
And freedom for me means
to have time.
Boom, that's it. And if people want to follow you, where should they go? And do you also want to shout out someone? This is your time. The mic is yours.
Yeah. So shout out to my crews. I have 3 of them because I have a long story. So the first, the Time Room Lockers, the family. Then the Rockets, the Lockers Elite. And then the Enfants Prodiges, the Dream Team. So shout out to my crew. This is the people who made me grow and will see me grow. We grow each other. Shout out to my wife. Will bring me to the dances. Kasu, Mathilde, she's called. What can I say? Peace, love, unity.
I love it.
And yeah, mostly you can follow me on Instagram. I got everything in it. And thank you for the invitation.
Yes, thank you so much for your time. I feel really honored. And thank you, Olam, for also being in the interview. Thank you. And I hope to see you maybe at Summer Dance, and if not, somewhere in the future. And keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep giving us more to our community, and stay you. Don't forget to click subscribe, comment below, and give us a rating or review. We have a Facebook page, YouTube page, and we are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and all the other podcast platforms. We also have an Instagram, so don't forget to tag us in your favorite episode and share it with the world, because we read all of it.